Hello everyone, and welcome to part number 9 of this tutorial. Here we're gonna focus on the materials everywhere, so putting some bump material on it. Normal map, specular map, you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do is selecting this house, not the other one, this one, and I want to show you what happened if I hit render without any material applied on it. Well, yeah, there is diffuse material. First of all, this beautiful roof with bricks, pretty modern. Yeah, you can see it feels very flat. The shadow is falling in it, and it looks like it is just flat, just no gaps in the bricks, and we want to change that. And in my opinion, the best way to do that is using a good normal map. So I made a couple of them with Crazy Bump. You can download that. It's a trial version, so you have to pay for it. But I'm giving them away for free because I have the program. And I put some material in it. So what do we have without? This is the node tree. So the normal map, that's what we want. We go to Factor, Normal Map. Yes, add texture, image texture. And this is called Office Wall Red Medium. So, oh yeah, I applied it for that one. Doesn't matter. Oh, that's not good. Let's just go away. We have to select the red one and then the yellow one. So add vector normal map, add shader, texture, image texture. You can also duplicate that one and selecting another texture. It's not what I'm going to do. So I'm putting that in that one. And this one is getting into the normal. So opening, this is our texture, and we need that one. And that's the same for the yellow one, so we don't need another one. This is not for it. So if I am right, make that UV map. What happens if I hit render? Things should look dark. Yeah, so this is the one without, and this is one with. And in my opinion, it's a bit too dark, so I'm changing that to 0.7. It looks a bit better. So it's a fake, so I'm not using more vertices, but yeah, it looks like that it's more detail in it, more shadows. That's exactly what we want. And to finalize it, there are occlusion maps and specular maps, but there is not really a big difference. I don't know if I have them right here. So I'm adding a texture, image texture, open. Yeah, this is the specular one. So I'm putting it right there. Add color, mix, making that whoa. Come on, oh, to make it solid, or else it's rendering all the time. So putting that one in the top, making that 0.99, and we're at shader, mix shader, adding a glossy, add shader, glossy. It's a great way to put that in. So, and we are putting this one in the factor, and this one should be dark, and I will explain why. So make this 0.7 to have some reflection more. Yeah, it's too much. 0.9. Yeah, 0.95. Yeah, I think this is acceptable. Render. It looks like wet bricks. So you won't really see it, or we have to change it, and then, well, in some corners you will see the reflection. Anyway, so we have that one, and we want some bump material. This is the one I want, and we have to make this multiply. Or then you're using the black and white, now you're using all the color. That's very important. So duplicate this one, putting that in the top one, making that a bit in the middle. So we want the bumpy material there, and put that in displacement. Yeah, so it's a bit rough, but we don't want it very rough. I mean, it's a bit darker. Very small detail, so we have to zoom in to see it. So this is width, and if I remove it, it's without. Yeah. I can recommend to watch closely. You will see some little difference. So yeah, oh, this looks already better. So you can see the specular map, the bump map, the normal map is doing its work perfect. So if you get closer, you see the reflection, what works pretty good. So, and we want the same for the yellow one. And the only thing we do is we call this material node, or material, yeah, let's call it material node. Selecting this one, material mod, we have to find material node, or this one, and select 2, and we only need to change the yellow color, this one, because it has the same bump. I just changed it with hue and saturation, and it should change. And we also need to change this one still, or maybe not. I don't know if we have to change that one because it has the same values. Should be, yeah, there is a little change, so it's good that we change that. We have to change, no, the specular map will be the same. So if we go closer and hit render, it looks good, and from this angle it looks promising. So some nice reflection on it. So, and you can choose for it to make it 9.7, because it's a bit 0.97. 0.99 is, it's too much. No, 9.5. 0.95. These are very small changes, but it makes difference. This is the, well, red specular. Yes, but I can't see the reflection. And this one, we can see the reflection. What's happening? Maybe it's because it's a different color. I don't know. But yeah, so we can see reflection, so it's good. Solid. We also want to change the roof tiles. So, and it's in the second layer, so I'm moving that to the second one. And we go, it's a bit meshy, sorry for that, don't know why, it just happened. Make this a bit smaller, and this is a bit laggy, but it doesn't matter. What we can do is make that just project from view. We're not gonna put a texture on it, only a bumpy texture. So it's unmapped, we go to the UV, or don't we? UV, yes. No. Yes. What we do is add texture, image texture, add color mix, making that multiply. Oh, no clamp. Multiply, bring it upwards, and in the displacement, 0.9. So, and we need a reflect texture, this one, and you will see something should happen. It should be different. But first we go to the UV image editor and make that, whoa, make that very huge. All right, so if I switch to this one and hit render, something should be different. Yeah, you can see these bumpy things, and I think that's cool for the reflection. So only thing what I want is more shiny stuff, and I can do that by adding a mix shader and a glossy. Now we need to make that smaller. Add shader, mix shader. Add shader glossy. Yes, there we go. And put it down there. 0.01. And now we have something that looks believable. It's really small detail. So we have a little bit of reflection and it's bumpy stuff. So, okay. And we need to apply that on that one. Roof tile. And this is roof tile. Okay, roof tile text. Does this has nothing? Or does it have anything? Oh, we need to UV a map. And what I see with this tile, what we can do, because we have some nice ribble on there and everywhere is covered, so rotate this a bit. I think that looks way better. Yeah, why not? Definitely. Yeah. Project from view. Now we should have the coordinates. Make that bigger. Let's go way fast because we have less tiles. And if we hit render, there should be some bumpy stuff on it. Yeah, okay, pretty good. Okay, I'll leave it for it now. Okay, cool. Yeah, and if we select these two, okay, we have more material. We also have this lane. Starting with this material, and we can apply the material node and then only changing material node, making that tree. We go to the node editor and we have to change some stuff. We go to this one. It was this texture, the medium one. So I think it's still getting good. Material. All right, so now we want the normal map. Yeah, we have to select one vertex in there, like this one. So if we let's go to this second normal map, so we don't have to make all these trees again and just call it material nodes, whatever. And after you click this 2 or 3, you can rename it. We should this one. And how does it looks like when we hit render? Take a shitloads of time. Yep, there we go. Yeah, you won't really see a big difference. Just some small. Yeah, we need to change this one, of course, and we can select that one. It's for the bumpy material, and for the glossiness we need the specular map, and that's this one, not the occlusion. I'm not going to use occlusion, that's totally ridiculous. I always make it, but I'm not always using it, so you can try it out. So yeah, you can see any big difference, so I'll leave it for this. You know how to do it. You can apply it on that one and that one. I think it's good if you have a close up, you will see difference. So if we go very close, you will see the difference, but yeah, not that much. So or view is from this angle, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Solid, okay. If there is more material, we will put it on, but I think we have the most important one. Did we apply this one? No, we did not. So we have material node. Oh, we call this, oh, this is the good one. This is the yellow one. Material node. Yellow. And we can apply that on this one by adding material node yellow and checking that one. So we have all the settings for this wall. We have this one, this, check, 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 double check, and now I want a backplate. And the backplate is what we do. We want something in the background, and we can do that in a node editor, but I discovered making a backplate looks better. So we go to the user performance, because we have to activate that add-on, and I think what's plain? Yeah, import image as plain, because I don't want to stretch it. Add mesh image as plain, and looks, what do we have? I think this looks the best. No, it's not really the best. If you have your own cool background image, you should use that. But this is for free. I made it by myself, so there are no rights on it. I hate rights. You can't use my stuff. You have to pay for it. I need something for in my tutorial. So it has exactly the same size, so we do not have to crop this till it has the right. And I think that's good. So now we need to have the same, something like this. Make that 2 times bigger. Now it disappears, and that's because we need to make this AND value. Just make that 200 or maybe 500. I don't know why that's set so low. There should be a very good reason for. I don't know what it is. So it is very big. That's because my camera is. So we want the grass plates like this. Make it smaller. So what do we see if we go to the texture mode? It looks horrible. And if we make it something like this, it looks way more better. So I keep it there. We go to this one, making that an emission, and that value of 1. So the reason I'm doing this is if I leave that diffuse, we have a very dark background, and maybe some shadows on the backplate. So the whole illusion that it is a real environment is gone. If we make that emission, make it a bit shiny, so it casts light, so there's no shadow on it, and it looks a bit better. So that's what we do. Do we need to do more? Activating the trees. And what I want to do is try to fix the light for cool shadows. So we save our work and we hit render, and that I already made this a bit less grass, so it shouldn't be that heavy. I hope so. So there we go. The whole render should take around 25 minutes if you have a very heavy scene, and if you may, it depends on all the samples you use. I think I use around 130 samples, and you have not a lot of noise, almost nothing. But if you use around 80 samples, it's just less. It uses less. So we have still this bug. This caused very weird, how do you say it? Not really sharp shadows. So that's what I want to change. So I'm moving this tree to something that maybe I'm making it a bit bigger. So we have a nice reflection or leaves shadows on this house. So, and the rest looks, well, it looks fine. Nice shadow over there. That's cool. The reason that I like these shadows is that there is more depth in the image, so we do not need the defocus. So always, I never use the defocus because you're hiding so much detail. I don't want that. Anyway, so ignore this space. You're not going to see it in the final render. So we go to the solid. Enough talking, and I want to change the. So what is happening? So this is causing shadow, but it's not what I really want. So selecting, let's make this 0.006. So we have shadow, not super sharp, but also not that blurry. And the tree is horrible. We're gonna make that bigger. Something like this, and we also have to change that one later. Maybe this, and change that to there. So this one, so we have some big trees, and it looks realistic in my opinion. So, and this one leaf for what it is, because you only see some leaves, so it's no need for. And maybe we have to rotate it in the sunlight a little bit, just a little bit. So there we go, and hit. Oh yeah, there was that little bug here. Have to make that array one less or two. Make it a little bit bigger. Just like this one. Shift D. Oh yeah. I always ask you to don't use Shift D, and now I'm using Shift D. So yeah, there is some jamming part here, but it's not that bad. So what does it looks like? Well, hit render. So there we go again. Maybe you can watch a movie while you're rendering. So you don't have to pain yourself with all that waiting. I render more than I sleep. So yeah, we wait till that second sample appears, so we have way more detail. These are huge scenes, so it's not strange if your computer is a bit slow. It's not because your system is whack, it's just because the scene is a bit big. But yeah, we want to create some environment, and the environment is big, so take it. Okay, and funny part now is that you can see that these windows are a bit too blue, because it's not really matching with it's not really a window. It looks a bit fake. So in the next part, where we're gonna finish our scene, we're gonna tweak some materials, creating a fence on this roof, and doing some node stuff, and then it's done. So there's one more tutorial after this one, one more part of this one. So keep watching, and we're gonna finish it. See ya.